So, just a few hours ago, as I'm recording this, Grow a Garden got their newest update, which is the Bizzy Bees update. And this update added a ton of new stuff. As you look behind me, you can see we have a new event. We have this guy, which, if you didn't know, is the creator of Bee Swarm Simulator. You can see he talks to you, you give him plants. I'll explain that in a second. This is on it, so this is supposed to be like a Bee Swarm Grow a Garden collab. I think that's really cool because Bee Swarm's really old. I think it'll bring back some people, and they're both amazing games in my opinion. So I think this is definitely a good collab. So pretty much how this event works is every hour, just like the night events, there's a swarm event, and during this new swarm event, bees will come out of the hive. As you can see, we have one right there, and they will go one to each garden. So one here, one here, one here, one here. I'm with a bunch of my friends, so if there was a swarm event right now, it would go one to each garden, so 5 bees. So this isn't like the moonlit event where it's like random chance. The bees will automatically, come, they go to your fruit, they come back, and then they repeat. Now, the bee picks a random plant. I don't know how the picking system works, but I do know that when it picks a plant, it goes to the plant and then it makes it pollinated. I have a pollinated blood banana right here. You can see how it looks. I'm going to try to clear it out. You can see that it turns to kind of like a golden look, but it doesn't shine. For reference, this is a golden blueberry, and you can see that it shoots out like particles. The pollinated ones don't do that. They kind of just emit like this aura. It kind of looks like a moonlit item. Now, once you collect whatever the pollinated stuff is and the event ends, all you want to do is head over back to on it. And you're just going to want to give him the plant. So you can't like give all. You're going to have to do it one by one. So you give it to him and it fills this thing up. Now, you need to have 10 kilograms worth of plants. So let's just say you have a 12 kilogram pollinated beanstalk, then you cover this whole thing in one. Once you get 10 kilograms worth of stuff, all you're going to want to do is put it into the machine. Shout out to my friend Rafa. He helped me a lot and he gave me stuff, and Santi too. They both helped me out a lot. But when you put in all the kilograms, it then tells you the honey compressor starts and it sets a 3-minute timer. After this is done, it'll give you a jar of honey, which gives you 10 of the new currency, as you can see at the bottom left, which is going to be very important. You do not need shekels for this event. So if you're trying to grind shekels for the event, do not do it. They don't do anything. And I'll show you why now. When you talk to this queen bee right here, which kind of is like the owl or the angry plant from the previous events, you say, I want to trade honey, and it opens up the honey shop. This shop has a variety of things, including the new flower seed pack that can give you all of these new flowers, and that does have the sunflower, which is considered one of the best plants in the game right now. You also have the nectarine, sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, seed, and the hive fruit seed, which are both pretty cool. You can see what they look like here. You also have the honey sprinkler, which from my knowledge just gives anything in range the pollinated thing or has a higher chance of giving it the pollinated mutation. The bee egg, which can give you any of these pets, with the rarest one being the queen bee. The bee crate, that can give you all of these new cosmetics, which they honestly look really cool. My favorite is the bee podium. And then finally, we have these cosmetics you can buy straight from the shop, which is the honeycomb, the bee chair, the honey torch, and the honey walkway. Now, every hour, this stock will reset, so it isn't like the midnight thing. As you can see, it says new stock in 15 minutes. So when it turns to the next hour, it'll immediately just reset, meaning you can buy this after like the swarm events, not like the night event that you had to, buy it right then and there. I'm actually going to buy a bee crate so I can show you what that looks like. Alright, and now that I've gone ahead and showed you all the stuff in the queen bee shop, our honey is ready, so now we can collect the honey. And as you can see, it says you got 10 honey. You can check your currency. It gives you 10 honey. And now you can pretty much just repeat the process. You put in another pollinated thing, it fills up, and then eventually it starts again. It does give you 10 every time, and it will not change. You'll always be getting 10. But luckily, none of the things in here really cost like a lot. But what is he saying? Every video of this update that I make, I'm going to open one of these and we'll see if I eventually hit the subflower. Okay, let's see. First one. I'm not going to skip. First one. Dang it, a rose? Why is it just roses? Okay, and second one, second one. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Come on. Bro. Another rose? Dang, that's super unlucky. But yeah, with that all said and done, that's pretty much all the update has to offer. There obviously is a bit more, but for the most part, that's all that this, bee swarm stuff is about. And thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed or found this useful. Stay on the lookout for any new updates for this game. They honestly haven't disappointed, at least me. These updates have been peak, and I really like this one especially. And you can even get the queen bee as a pet. Listen, I don't know about you, but she's kind of